got a damn hair on my face. Welcome to the Chrissy Chaos podcast. We have another great episode for you today. Sunday, November 21st, 2 shows, Wilbur Theater, 18th to 20th left, Boston sold out. So we got 2 shows at the Wilbur. The second one's almost sold out, so we added the 5 o'clock one. Go get the tickets. And then, of course, the Beacon Theater. That's on sale, New York City, February 5th. Pre-sale, like almost all the tickets are gone. So just go get the tickets. I don't know if I'm going to add a show. I probably won't because I have anxiety. So just get the tickets for the first show, February 5th at the Beacon Theater. And then the rest of my dates, ChrisDComedy.com. You got all the dates coming up. We appreciate our love and support. You fans, you asked me, and I delivered. You said, Chris, when are you going to do Jew night? Well, tonight's the night. Rachel Feinstein, Jessica Kirson, 2 of the funniest people in comedy. I love them. They're my Jewish friends. Now, Jessica, are you a Hasidic Jew?
Yes.
Okay.
I am.
Okay.
Normally, I have my hair covered.
Okay.
But I am wearing a wig right now.
Right.
I decided to get one that looks like a rat's nest.
Right.
Some people get one that's very expensive.
Right.
I can't afford one that's very, you know, sometimes people pay thousands of dollars. I only had $12.99
to do it.
So I got one that was, you know, basically roadkill. This is a raccoon that was run over by a truck, and I just grabbed it from the street and put it on my head.
Shabbat Shalom, it looks amazing.
Thank you so much.
And then we have Rachel Feinstein, who's is it a Sephora Jew? What is it?
I am
Sephardic, not Sephora. What are you, a fucking
Sephardic?
idiot?
Yes, of course he's dumb.
What?
Sephora is a store, you dick.
Sephora was real ignorant. That was like a deep level.
Yeah.
That was nice, deep Staten ignorance for you.
Just
to kick it off.
What do you?
By the way, speaking of Staten Island, and I start all my sentences that way. Staten Island is teeming with Jews today.
Yes.
Nobody would have thought, you know,
that's true.
but we have taken over.
There's a couple of lovely Jewish family on my block at the end.
Oh, they're still alive? They're not dead?
Well, I think they've told the people they're Italian, but I know that they're not.
So they haven't
Why,
been
they're educated?
Yeah. Yeah,
okay.
That's like Jasmine. I told Jasmine. I told the neighbors across the street she's Italian, but even though she's a Puerto Rican, and I said you have to go with it. So now she literally walks around saying I love being Italian.
You should give her a different last name, like with Pete. All the firefighters' names are the same as Crypto, Cardano. So they all have the same last name. And firefighters love crypto. Yeah. And Kish. And nothing in between. They only trust the most visible and invisible forms of money.
Now, Rachel, Jessica and I were both attendees at Rachel's lovely wedding, which was on Staten Island.
Was it lovely, though?
I thought it was.
I thought it was. I had a great time.
Yeah.
I actually remember at her wedding that you were talking to some chick there.
Yep.
And I said to all the, you were talking to some chick there.
Right.
And
no, it's
I
okay.
said,
She'll come in and throw the baby at me.
All right. Your head was in another woman's pussy. And I said, no. And I said to the other comics, I said, watch what I'm going to do.
Yes.
And you were really trying to hook up. I remember you were like, wow. Yeah. Like you were really
going in there.
Yeah. You were really trying to. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You were like, wow, really? You're in nursing school? Like you were really pretending to care.
My head was just like, Barstool.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Right. And then I was like, I'm going to fall into a chair in front of Chris and see if he even responds. And I crashed into a chair and fell onto the floor with the chair. And you literally didn't even
stepped over your body
talking to her.
to get her a drink.
Wait, I was there too, I think. That was hysterical.
Yeah, I stepped on your head to make me look taller.
I was laying on the ground with a stool, and you didn't even, with a chair, and you didn't even try to help me.
I remember it. I remember the wedding was at Snug Harbor, which is on Staten Island, which is actually a very beautiful place. And I remember Colin Quinn doing, Tom Papa doing the
ceremony.
The ceremony, which was...
And then Colin came at one point, and then Colin came and Quinn and Papa trashed each other.
All that, and then I remember Sherrod Smalls putting on a yarmulke at one point.
Smalls.
Sherrod,
it's Smalls.
He doesn't know anyone's name.
I remember Sherrod Smalls coming over.
Smalls, no relation to Biggie.
The fact that he made it Oh, wow, you're wildly racist this morning.
Staten Island does it to you.
I know. As soon as you have your first cup of coffee.
You said Smalls. It's small.
Sherrod
And then when he answered the door, he said he didn't. I thought you knew my last name was Rachel Feinstein, but you said... When I walked in, you said, I hear Jews can smell coins from over 70 miles away. And I was like, what a strange way to greet me.
That is true.
Yes.
Now, the lady, because Rachel's married to a firefighter and Jessica's married to a woman. So do you?
She has a
A firefighter couldn't be a woman. Oh, you're a great girl, Dad.
You're amazing.
Oh my God! If my house is on fire and I saw women firefighters showing up, I would just know I'm dead.
Oh my God! There's a fire. Should we blow on it?
I'm kidding. Shout out! I have a woman firefighter in my family. Shout out.
Oh, fuck you.
Shout out.
You can't say that every time you say something deeply ignorant and awful.
But it is true.
Shout out. Hashtag girl dad.
Hashtag girl dad.
You stink.
Now, how do you feel? Now, because your husband's a firefighter, and what's going on now in the world is that if you're not from New York, is the FDNY and the NYPD, and I think a lot of the other city agencies, if they're not vaccinated, they can't come to work. So what do you think is going to happen, Rachel? What are you going to do?
Well, so my husband's working like crazy amounts of overtime, which is not healthy for a family. Right. You don't want a firefighter on fucking overtime.
No, you don't.
He comes home, he punches the microwave. It's not good.
Now, now, is he at a moral crossroads because he's, as a firefighter, he has to support Italian people, so he supports Dr. Fauci. But is he mad at Dr. Fauci now for all, like the mandates and all that stuff? Like, what does he think?
I mean, first of all, we don't really talk about it that much because I'm just like, go to work, whatever. Yeah. I don't fucking give a shit about what your tail is or whatever you're furious about. Just go to work.
Go to work. Right.
But so he goes to work, but I'm sure he thinks that Fauci has put a chip in all of us and that the vaccine is controlling his mind. I mean, he got vaccinated, so he's like, it's confusing. So he is vaccinated, but I'm sure he just would side with whatever the firefighters are saying. And I think de Blasio's an idiot too. I'll say that.
Same. Hey, no argument for me there. De Blasio, you're a dumb piece of shit. I think that what I learned on one of our history tours that me and the homeless pimp went on, of course, the homeless pimp's here back in the background on the ones and twos with purple glasses on and a sweater from Supreme. So now that homeless pimp is really starting to get he's getting more money, he's getting some fame now. He's starting to wear Supreme. So we have to be really careful with watching what happens in the next couple of months with the homeless pimp.
I know.
Because we're starting to lose him.
I saw it. Yeah.
Now he looks like a trendy teddy bear.
New money, new puss. Things are. Can you imagine the lies he's telling at bars right now? Just the things he's whispering to women. He's probably like, "I own a podcast. It's mine.
Yeah,
I'm the legit owner."
He says things like, "You want me to edit that pussy?" I'll subtitle them titties. So it's interesting because we hear as far as like vaccine our fans. Our family, me and homeless pimp's friends and family, they're all firefighters and cops. That's what we come from. Sure. So
that's what I married into.
That's what you married into.
Yeah.
So even in your family, it's like this debate where you're like, I don't know, because I have literal like close friends that won't get it, and then I have it's causing even in rifts. So one of my friends just decided to get it yesterday because he's like, what am I going to do? Lose my job? I have a wife and 3 kids, and they throw him out of the group chat. So you're like, I don't, but he doesn't want it in him at all.
Throwing someone out of the group chat.
Yes.
Because they decide to get that's the part I am having an issue with.
Yeah. Right.
If you decide to get one or not to get one, people should not judge you. I mean, that's your decision.
Yeah.
That's always what I have an issue with. Whatever you decide should not be judged. It's your fucking decision. It's your body, and it's your everyone judging everyone for what it's crazy.
It's the same stuff with the COVID stuff. It's like, oh, she took the kids on vacation unmasked. I'm like, I can't stand any levels of COVID judging.
Stop.
I don't care about the mandates. To me, are the issue. It's like if you just allowed people to get a COVID test as well, then that would be fine. But when you mandate, the problem is, I think is that the United States, we've had this, I think, illusion of freedom for a long time. Like other countries fall in line because they realize you never really were free. But now that we have this, it's always been freedom. We're free. So now any type of mandate or anything, when it pulls the curtain back a little bit, it's like, listen, the government will do what they want. They've always been able to do whatever they want. We just have to fall in line and listen. people start to get scared and get angry. But the firefighters, what I want the firefighters and the police to know is that the founding fathers, your hero, our
By the way,
heroes,
can I just stop and say, let me just interrupt you and say, the firefighters love the founding fathers.
Love
they
them.
suck off the founding fathers.
Yes,
do you know how many times when Pete used to drink, I would chase him on a fucking beach drunk because he was screaming, punching 100%. Into the night about the founding fathers. Yeah. They're all sucked off.
Every single one of my codes, if there's a number code, if there's a 4-digit code that needs to be put anywhere in my house or on my phone, the code is 1776. That's how I roll. It's 1776 wherever I go. So if you want to break to my house, put in 1776 and open the door to freedom. That's what it is.
Tell me what you were.
So the founding fathers, they, especially Benjamin Franklin, he got inoculated. He was all pro inoculation.
Exactly.
Back in the day.
That's how George Washington mandated.
They mandated it all because they said, listen, everybody's dying right now of, I think it was, what was it? What did they die? What was everybody dying of? What did Benjamin Franklin's son die of?
It wasn't polio. AIDS? It was something before.
I think it was AIDS.
Was it AIDS?
Yeah.
It might have been an AIDS
I
epidemic.
think it was AIDS.
The continental soldiers
they were all
getting
gay,
thrown
right?
over their shoulders
and heroin addicts.
That was part of how we won the Revolutionary War.
I think they were fucking each other with heroin needles, and they all had AIDS.
They're putting, they would agree with the vaccination. So. The thing is, what did Benjamin Franklin's son die of? It was
my
bad,
God.
whatever it was.
Heads are going to roll if he doesn't get this up on Google pretty fast.
I think some of it is not wanting to be told what to do.
That's what it is. That's it. I think that's what it is.
They don't want to get spankings.
Yeah, and the thing is,
I do.
Me too.
I know
you be controlled. Yeah,
I know you do too. How about you?
Smallpox. Smallpox. He died of smallpox. So after that, after his son died of smallpox, he got inoculated, which they would take a leech, put it on somebody who had smallpox, then put it on someone who didn't have smallpox, and the thought was you'd be quote unquote vaccinated. I understand the argument though, how when they're like, oh, smallpox is like way more deadly than COVID. I get that kind of, but I don't know. I just don't want any of my firefighter or cop friends to lose their jobs because then they're going to want to come on the podcast and I can't have them. That's really what I'm trying to. That's why. That's the only reason I care. Yeah.
You don't care if they die or lose.
No, I don't care. I was trying to.
Wait, if you told that story. Like to one of these firefighters, if you were like, do you understand that the founding fathers themselves had like a vaccine mandate? That's how we won the Revolutionary War.
Yeah.
They would be like, what is that written in Fauci fucking magazine?
Yeah.
If I wouldn't trust that
Dr.
shit.
Fauci, yeah.
Fucking Fauci magazine right there.
Fauci magazine. So I don't know, man.
And yet I am actively aroused by all of them. So
I know you really love you love a bad boy. You love a cop, a fireman,
thick-necked, ignorant man.
I don't like that.
They are.
I like, and if I was fully gay, and because I'm partially, if I was fully gay,
I love you so much.
I love that your voice cracked as you said, if I were fully gay.
If I were fully gay, yeah.
If I were fully gay,
I really like black men. That's what I would be into.
I get turned on by that sometimes too. Yeah. I mean, I'm not fully a dyke. I mean, I'm not a dyke at all.
Really? You still think in your life you would have sex with a man?
I watch straight porn.
But would you have sex with, let's say you're fully single, would you have sex with a man at this point in your life? Or you think the last penis that entered you has entered you? I wouldn't
have, no, I don't.
Consensually.
Well, I'm married. I could never say 100%. No, I'm not fully 100% a lesbian. I've always said this. I'm not saying it to get a laugh. I mean, it's one of my jokes, but I actually liked sucking dick because I'm an eater.
Right.
So I like that. I mean, it's a joke, but it's not. I like that feeling in the back of my throat.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I do it with sandwiches. I do it with food. Like I like that. Like I don't even chew anymore.
Right. You like that.
You know, since COVID, I shove. Like I like choking. Right. So, and that's the porn I watch.
Right.
It's like women choking. Right. My mom wasn't around a lot. So I like when a woman looks like she's going to die
like a
from giving
with
head.
The spits coming down.
Yeah. Like I would love to fuck a neck or have my neck fucked.
Yes.
So, so I have 4 daughters. So I like that. I never could fall in love with a man. Like that's really what it is. So it's not like sex made me sick.
Even a feminine man you couldn't fall in love with.
No, I'm not attracted. Was never. This is so interesting because this is why everyone's so different. I was never attracted to a feminine man.
Wow.
So if I was with a guy, it's like kind of who Rachel's
you would go all the way,
like a macho guy, like
that's
a thick guy. Thick
she would go alpha.
Yeah.
Right.
More
she
alpha,
doesn't like
which is
it.
interesting because I'm not attracted to alpha women. I'm not attracted to butch women. I'm attracted to very feminine women.
But this is why,
so that's weird.
That's why. But even that, like one example of this is why it all plays into society today. They're trying to make things black and white.
It's not.
You have to do this or that. No, the human brain is not. We're all gray zone people.
Right.
Like,
I'm attracted to feminine women. They could be like have a masculine edge or be like athletic.
Yeah.
But I'm attracted to masculine men.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't have a desire to be with a guy at this point at all. Like,
when was your last guy?
What?
When was your last guy?
The last guy I was ever with, oh my God, must have been maybe 25 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
25 years ago was the last man.
Yeah.
And the last woman I was with was like maybe 6th grade when I used to hunt my friends because guys weren't ready for girls yet.
Right?
But you've never like been with a woman. She's
in.
never gone down on a girl. Had a girl gone down.
We would just kind of mound out because it was like that time where the guys weren't ready for, that time where boys aren't ready for girlfriends yet. So we would just have to make out with each other. We were waiting for the boys, but they were, that emotionally unavailable stage where the boys have their t-shirt turbans kind of around their heads. Like they wrap their t-shirts around their heads while they're playing sports and they would run away from us. So during those t-shirt turban years, all we could do was hump. We were just humping and waiting.
Each other. Yeah. But
t-shirt turban.
I
know exactly what she's talking about.
That's the new ISIS.
Because I love this boy, Rob Guroff, and he was always kicking a soccer ball with his, and he wanted me to go away. From the bottom of his heart, he wanted me to go away. In my mind, he was my husband. I didn't even consider his reality. I was like, we're going to get married. I'll wear him down.
Yeah.
I would just write my name with his last. Like, I was just waiting. And I remember one time he kind of dribbled the soccer ball over to me, and he stopped, and he goes, another one bites the dust. Because that was like the cool thing to say in school.
That's hilarious.
And then he was like, leave me alone. Another one bites the dust. And that still hurts. And there's still a guy in the crowd that I'll project that on him. Like, he's fucking Robert Guroff.
Scumbag.
Emotionally unavailable. He's kicking a ball over to me and going, another one bites the dust. Leave me alone.
Yeah. Shout out Queen. Good band.
But let's go back to what you were saying.
I love that. That's so true. But I like, it's not like, I don't look at men and go like, oh, I want to be with him, but I can absolutely appreciate a man and they're like, I think you're hot.
See, but
I think you're very attractive. Like I can think guys
are hot. Girls love Pimp. I get my DMs get lit up every day about how Pimp got hot all of a sudden. Because they were saying when they first met him, nobody thought he was hot. Now they think he's I
always thought he was adorable.
I always thought Pimp was attractive. I always thought Pimp was hot. I always saw it there.
Pimp seems like the kind of guy that's riding that humility, but like your numbers are good behind the scenes. But you kind of act like, is there any left over for me?
Terrible.
He's scared. He's scared of women. Actually, he's got a fear of women. I
think it's a trap.
He's interesting.
I'm waiting for a decent person. Everyone's just body count.
He's one of the only men that can actually control himself that I've ever met. That's a friend of mine that can control himself, and he's like, because we all know it's a trap, but it doesn't stop me from firing a dick pic.
A video of Chris being a dick somewhere, then going on a date with someone. Just
well, dating is horrific.
Waste of time.
Horrific. I hated dating.
Oh, it's disgusting.
It's horrible.
Dating. Yeah, I don't want to date. I don't want to date. Is she all right? Is my kid?
No, I'm watching her feed the baby. It's adorable.
Oh, yeah, she's like a like a great mom. Jasmine, we call her Vinny on the show. Vinny, we call her Vinny. She's feeding the kids. Sometimes she will bust in if I say something wildly inappropriate. She will bust in, and then we tell her we'll edit that part out. And Pimp never does because he's unedible.
So I'd love to go back to the final penis you had.
Yeah,
did you know
the final penis?
Like, did you know like
we're
this
gonna need a fun-loving graphic for that? By the way,
the final penises. The final penises were men that I was with to try and prove to myself that I wasn't gay. It's actually sad. It's not sad. I'm not making it like it's so upsetting, but it was like guys that I just got wasted and were like, I'm not gay. This can't be true. And I just had, sex with guys and they liked me. There's a couple guys that really liked me.
Did you want them to leave after? Like, how did you feel afterwards? Did you want them to beat it? Burn the road up, right?
I was not interested and they both liked me, wanted to be in a relationship with me, and I was not interested at all and blew them off.
So when did you know you were
one
gay?
of them had a big dick, nice dick, and I actually. Yes,
another graphic. Get a graphic.
Both Jewish guys. Both one had a huge dick, one didn't.
Right.
And I did think about the sex with him after.
Right.
Like I fantasized about the sex because he had a huge dick, and it felt good. But I was not into him. I didn't want to be with him. And I was not attracted to him.
But if you were attracted to a guy, you deserve a big dick. Like,
yeah.
I
mean, I was with some guys who had great dicks, were great in bed. I was with some, and when I went to University of Maryland, was in a sorority with a bunch of fraternity. Yeah, I was with it. Great. I loved Maryland.
Yeah.
And great guys who were great in bed.
Right.
But I just never wanted them to stay.
Right.
Never wanted to see them the next day. Had no desire to have breakfast or like them to call me, you know.
Yeah. The more you're talking, the more I'm realizing I'm gay. What you're describing, what you feel towards men is what I feel towards women.
You and I have a lot in common.
Because we've said many times on the podcast that, at least for me, I have sex with women, I fall in love with men. That's what they've coined me as. And that seems like what you are. Men. But you fall in love with a woman.
Yeah. I could have sex with men. It's not that I can. And I could enjoy it. And I fantasized about it. It's not that. It's like I just never wanted to spend time with them in a loving way. I could be friends with them. Some of my best friends are men. You and I are very close.
Very close.
I'm very close with male comics.
Yes.
I'm like brother and sister. Like I could talk to them every day and cry to them and be so close with them. Would I fall in love with them? No.
No.
Never.
Wouldn't happen.
No.
I do feel like that too, in the sense that like male like I do relate a lot with, because I'm an animal in the same way and I'm in trouble for the same things at home.
Right.
Like my husband loves groceries. And he's always like unloading the dishwasher, and I'm always in trouble.
Right. So you're getting in trouble. You have more of a role with your husband as you're the guy, stereotypically his guy, and he's the woman kind of thing. Because that's the relationship I'm in right now with Vinny. I am the only thing I don't do is give birth, but everything else I
am too.
Yes, I am the woman. Like she fixes everything. She takes care of the baby, like the woman, but she fixes everything. She takes control of everything. Like she's when somebody tried to rob our house, or the alarms went off.
They did.
The alarms went off 2 weeks ago.
I heard about that. You got frightened and you ran in the back and shivered and threw your whole family at the criminal, right?
I literally shivered. Well, I took one of my kids and shivered in her bedroom, and my 6-year-old, and then I left Vinny and the other 2 children to just fend for themselves. And Vinny had a skateboard,
and then didn't you scream out the window, "Get her! She's hot! She's ready!" And then you were weeping behind a pillow, and sucking your thumb a lot, right?
Yeah, I literally. Aww. And then Vinny, she was like, when it was all over, she was like, "What the fuck was that?" She was like, "You need to protect us." I was like, "What would be the point of me going down there? You have a better chance of hurting the criminal and scaring them off than I do." And she was like, "You know what? You're right." So it is one of those.
You're right. You would just go down there and end up like talking about your upper respiratory problems 100%. And fears.
I would go down there.
You would just talk about your sinus infection with the guy with the gun to your head.
Like I would go down in the middle of the night to get my GERD medication and be shot by the criminal. Because I had heartburn.
Excuse me, I just have to get my heartburn.
So I kind of have as far as relationships go, like this fear or realization that, one day Vinny's just going to be like, "You're not. I need an actual guy." Do you ever worry about that in your relationship with your husband? If one day he's like,
yes,
"You know what, I need more of a woman"?
Yeah, I'm like, why in God's name did you marry me? You were supposed to marry like a nurse from like Jersey or something. Yeah. Like you were supposed to marry like a Jersey Catholic nurse.
He was supposed to marry like
that.
I'm like, why did you choose me?
There's no way your husband was supposed to marry a woman who wasn't anti-vax. Like your husband, he needs to be with a woman who is against the vaccine, who is a nurse, but she's holding out in the name of science. She's not going to put that in mine on my fucking kid's body.
He needs to be with the girl that's just like, God forbid the fucking government tries to come over to my fucking house. And say, "You stay the fuck away from Colleen's house and fucking beat it." All right? Yes.
She needs to be his wife.
The kind of girl that has like just like literally like crosses everywhere. Just a hostile amount of home crosses. Yes. He should be with the kind of girl that can fold a fitted sheet. Like the kind of woman that knows the moment pasta is done. Like intrinsically in her bones. She's like, it's done.
It's done. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you don't bother him during the Giants game. That's what you need to know.
I'm like, why the fuck did he marry a loud Jewish what is he doing? He's a Catholic 3rd generation firefighter. Like his uncle, his grandfather.
Yeah.
You know, but the problem is that's what I'm aroused by too. I just like a dusty man.
Like I've been telling you, you chose right. You guys have a beautiful marriage. You and your wife have a beautiful marriage. Where is she? Is Vin, you coming in? Yeah, I have it. No, I'm happy.
I like a firefighter. I try to save you.
Yeah.
Where
is she? I thought she was coming in. I was going to do a joke. Now I'm caught in the middle. Damn it. Hey, look at this. Man's penis rots after being bitten by a snake while sitting on toilet in South Africa. Yikes.
Holy shit.
I would love to try to explain to Vinny that I went to South Africa, and the reason why my penis looks the way it is because got bitten by a snake on the toilet. I would love to try to fucking explain that and see if she believed that. Can we get do we have a picture of penis rot? Penis rot. Well, first of all, if you got bitten in the dick by a snake, wouldn't you immediately yummy?
Why are we watching this? Oh my God.
Look at us.
Oh, Chris, why? Why did I come here?
It's because I went to Tampa. All right, go to chrisdcomedy.com. I got stand-up dates coming up. November 21st, we are in Boston, baby. 2 shows at the Wilbur Theater. Then we got November 27th in Newark, New Jersey. December 2nd to the 4th, Phoenix, Arizona. I can't wait to come back there. December 17th and 18th, West Palm Beach, Florida, baby. Then we got December 26th in Grand Prairie, Texas. These are all with Sal Vulcano. From December 26th to 31st, I'm co-headlining with Sal Vulcano, Sally Babes. December 26th, Grand Prairie, Texas. December 27th, San Antonio. 28th, Sugarland. 29th, Chesterfield, Missouri. 30th, Columbus, Ohio. And 31st, Cincinnati, Ohio. Then guess what? January 14th, 15th, Austin, Texas. January 29th, Atlantic City, New Jersey. February 5th, the Beacon Theater, baby, New York City. And March 25th, I'm coming to the Wynn in Las Vegas. Those tickets are going to be going on sale soon. chrisdcomedy.com.
Oh my God, why would you ever...
Could you imagine you woke up
one day? This is what DeRosa sends me every time he hooks up with a girl.
Tampa.
Do you think
I'm going to Tampa soon.
Are you going to Tampa? Where?
Yeah, we at Side Splitters in a couple of weeks.
Oh, go see Jessica at Side Splitters. I remember the previous owner of that club once told me I got there.
I don't remember. Rachel, who are you asking? The two of us don't
in a couple of weeks.
Where we are.
I remember he's not the owner anymore. I forgot his name, but the previous owner, one of the previous owners, he goes to me I got there to the show. This was years ago. I get there to the show and he goes, yeah. He goes, last night we had a fun night at the club. I said, oh yeah, what happened? He goes, I punched a woman in the face. I was like, oh my God.
It was a fun.
I was like, oh my God, dude.
Dear God.
But he doesn't own it anymore.
We had a great night last night. What happened? I anally raped the black girl in the stall.
Yeah, it was great.
What?
Speaking of anally raping black women, Pete Davidson and Kim Kardashian
Wait, are they together? Are they together?
Well, everybody we're on Staten Island, and
they are.
I think
they are.
They are together for like 4 minutes, but like, why do we even bother discussing it? But because by the time we're finished discussing it, he's come and moved on to
Kendall. Don't care. I love Pete. I've known him a long time.
Same.
We're friends. I'm very proud of him.
Yes, me too.
Jesus Christ.
Yes,
I'm worried for him because anyone they fuck either becomes a crackhead or dies.
You think he's going to go trans?
He does well for himself. I mean, what do you mean?
He's never penetrated a Kardashian.
Oh, you're saying anyone? Oh, I see what you're saying.
I
don't know. I feel like he's
disagree.
good.
I think at this point, I know Kim Kardashian's Kim Kardashian, but I think at this point he's had enough. Been in the public life enough now, and kind of almost like a modern day tabloid star. I think he is one of the only ones that actually could handle it.
Well, Kanye's
but
doing.
He's young.
Kanye was way bigger, and she took him out.
That's true. Yeah.
I mean, now he's half a Christian. He's all fucked up.
Yeah. I know. At least he voted for Trump, though.
Well, Pete was.
Just kidding.
Well, Pete. Pete had his stuff going on before he was dating her anyway. So.
Yeah, it is crazy though, because like, you date Ariana Grande, who was like the biggest star, female star, and then the only one who could maybe potentially be bigger is Kim. Kardashian. And then now the only one to get bigger than this is the next one. He's going to have to date like Michelle Obama next. That would be that would be crazy.
I don't even think she's bigger than Kim.
You think Kim Kardashian, I think, might be the most famous woman in the world.
Of course.
I mean, who's
more famous than her?
As a woman, I don't think anyone, truthfully.
Oprah?
Oprah. Maybe.
Oh my God! If Pete fucked Oprah, that would be incredible.
Maybe
Wouldn't
Oprah.
that be the final beat?
Betty White.
Betty
to
White.
His run.
Yeah.
That would be a good final stop to his run.
Oprah.
Yeah.
If you could fuck Betty White, would you?
100%.
Me too.
I
would finger her until she
and
died.
I know Jasmine wouldn't even care if I.
Neither.
Jazz.
Vinny.
Okay.
Vinny.
If I hooked up with Betty White, who's 97 or 98 years old, would that count as cheating? You're saying I wouldn't hook up with her? Why? Because she goes, I wouldn't hook up with her because I'm gay.
Jasmine, oh my God, you're amazing.
Oh my God, look at this perfect looking baby.
Look at the baby.
Oh, look
Are
at
you
that
gay?
Jasmine, if you're gay, that'll make my whole day.
Just for a second.
That is like the
Jasmine.
Well, Vinny, she's because we're talking. No, the episode we're talking about. Before you get excited, we're talking about.
I got my house. I got my kids.
Oh my God, I fucking love you
But we're
so
talking
much.
We're talking about gay experiences that we've all had. Would you mind sharing yours?
baby.
I didn't have a gay experience.
This baby is so beautiful.
That wasn't a gay experience. It was called Catholic school. It's not a gay experience. It's in the name of Jesus. Do you want to share yours or not yet? Not on the pod.
In the name of Jesus. It's in the name of Jesus. It's legit in the name of Jesus.
Jasmine, if you ever decide we live not so far away, it didn't take that long to get here. If you want to just come over one day.
This
right?
is,
And
I
she's
know,
beautiful.
she's stunning.
Gorgeous.
Like stunningly beautiful.
Like doesn't need a speck of makeup.
You're beautiful.
Yeah, you're so
you
beautiful.
are the Kim Kardashian of Staten Island. Staten Island already has a Kimmy K, and it's JC. Jasmine Canuelas, JC. Jesus Christ, I'll see you later. I'm going to get in a lot of trouble for that, FYI. So you guys better subscribe to the Patreon. Patreon.com/Christy Comedy, because you got to understand that I'm going to need a new home.
You would hypothetically come in Betty White's eye? Who cares?
A tattooed Pete Davidson dildo is on the way for his horny fans. That I get. If we're gonna get the tattoo, I'd like to get that. We'll get that for the show,
for the studio.
That for the studio.
Pete has a very large cock.
I've seen it. Huge.
You have?
Yes. Well, we were friends for so long.
Where did you see it?
He was a minor.
Oh man, this is getting better and better.
No, I'm kidding. I've 18 when he was 18, 19 years ago.
Don't act like if the date is not what we asked. I like it. It's like I've seen it. Oh, you know. How?
I think I saw it in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware.
Voice cracked again.
Yeah, I think we shared a hotel room once. We were doing a gig for Soul Joel in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. I swear, I think he came out of the shower and I saw his dong.
Next time your voice cracks, you're gonna just start singing show too. I think I saw it. Your smile is my umbrella.
Shout out PDD. Shout out PDD. Good for you. I say good for you. Now
there's no business like Pete's business. No.
I think it's
Well, I've seen every female comic's pussy, so I get it. No.
What? Is that something women won't do that? Like we've mostly seen most of each other's penises, but nobody. You don't pull out a pussy as growing up.
I don't go Rachel. I don't like spread my lips. And
we
show
still
Rachel.
pull each other. I still, from my friends from home, we still pull each other's penises out.
That you guys are all.
But that's also
you're all half
borderline,
gay.
right?
Yeah.
Because we would.
As soon as you get drunk, that's the first thing you do. It's just that's not where I go.
I don't like finger Rachel when I get.
I'll never forget the captain of the basketball team in high school. The high school that I went to. Never forget the captain. We were all taking we were all taking showers, and he goes. I went into the shower. I was we were maybe sophomores or juniors. I go into the shower. I'm just gonna. Yeah. I had my bathing suit.
Go on.
I had my bathing suit on.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Oh, what do you have your bathing suit on?" He was older, and I was like, "Oh, I don't know. I got my bathing suit on." And he goes, "Why don't you take your bathing suit shorts off?" He goes, "Everyone takes their bathing suit shorts off." I was like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "I don't feel comfortable." He goes, "What? What are you gay? You don't want to get naked?" So he did the reverse psychology thing.
Fucked up.
Yeah, but I did it.
The
reason why I didn't want to take my bathing suit shorts off is because I had my dick tucked back with Scotch tape. So I had my dick and balls tucked back as a goof, and I didn't want to take. No, I'm kidding. I did take them off, and I sucked all their dicks.
I fully believe you.
I love you
delighted he is when he's laughing.
No, I love when he just says, "You're so funny."
I've never seen a more perfect smile than right after you say "I sucked all the dicks." It's just like pure glee comes over your face. It's like all the joy of Christmas.
And he's a little boy.
That's all my high school pictures. If you saw a nice perfect smiles, because somebody had just said on 3 say "suck dick." It was like ting. The tooth. Okay, what happened? Wife allegedly convinced husband he had Alzheimer's to steal $600,000 from him. That's hilarious.
Hilarious.
That's a good scheme. I don't think she should even go to prison for that. Donna Marino, 63-year-old Donna Marino was taken.
That's who Pete should have married. Donna fucking Marino.
Yeah, that's true.
Pete deserves to be swindled by a nice Italian criminal.
Yes.
No, he doesn't deserve to have a lovely Jewish woman like you. He deserves swindling by a criminal. Wow. Police say the woman defrauded her husband out of more than $600K over the course of 2 decades, during which she allegedly forged her husband's signature on legal documents, pension checks. Wow. So that's a good scheme.
God bless her heart. Can we send her a basket? Let's send her something.
Yes. If Donna Marino, if you're listening from prison, please, you can zoom in and be on the live Patreon episode if you'd like.
Good work.
Oh, here we go. Look at her. Oh, yeah, she looks like my chemistry teacher.
She looks like my pussy.
From now on, can you call your pussy Donna Marino?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
She looks angry and tired.
Again, I'm gonna need a graphic for that. God, I really am in love with graphics. I need a graphic for Jessica's puss looking like Donna Marino, please.
Donna fucking Marino.
Resentful.
That Long Island.
But with a neat haircut, you know? Resentful.
Yeah, she's cleaned up.
Yeah, a little stingy, but a good haircut.
All right, Buffy sheets. You know I love it. You know why I love it? Because it's earth-friendly and cruelty-free. It's made from eucalyptus plants, a.k.a. koala food. You know I love koalas because I also have chlamydia, just like them. We love it. It's plant-based. I'm going back to plant-based Chrissy, PBC. It's 100% plant-based design at Buffy Comforters. I have one. Pimp has one. We gave one to TT Jerry. Everybody loves their Buffies. It's earth-friendly. It's softer than cotton, even softer than my penis, which is hard to do. So Buffy Comforter, it's the thing that I love. They have one product called the Breeze, and it's made of that eucalyptus fabric, inside and out. It's hypoallergenic, which is awesome. No allergies on these Buffies. Hypoallergenic, no down at all. And it brings wellness to bed. So why not choose Buffy? 100% plant-based bedding that's better for you and the earth. What do you have to lose? So let's do it. You're going to get a sweet discount right now if you go to buffy.co, not com or come, buffy.co. That's buffy.co and enter Chrissy Chaos. That's the promo, Chrissy Chaos, CHRISSYCHAOS. Enter that code, $20 off your comforter, folks. $20 off. $20 off your comforter. Buffy.co. Enter code Chrissy Chaos. $20 off your comforter. Love it. I love Buffy eucalyptus. Yeah, my kids were just asking me about this. My kids were just asking me today, can we get another KiwiCo? I swear to God, they love it so much. If you have children and you want to give them something to do, then go to KiwiCo. Because what KiwiCo is it's like these arts and crafts that they send once a month for your kids, and it is the best. Literally, my kids do this all. I don't have to even worry about them. I just give them a KiwiCo, and they do it. It's better than watching YouTube or the TV. They learn stuff. They're making stuff. I personally, Jasmine, does so much stuff with them, a.k.a. Vinny does so much stuff with them with the KiwiCo. They got science, they got magic, engineering, they got all this kinds of stuff. Geography projects, art projects, and KiwiCo, there it is. That's my kids making a KiwiCo upstairs, just banging it around. There's no commitment. You can pause or cancel anytime, but I don't know why you would cancel, because every month these people are sending your kid a new arts and crafts, and the kids go nuts when they open up the packages. It teaches them to learn new skills, build new experiences, and make new connections. You can get 50% off your first month plus free shipping. 50% off your first month plus free shipping on any crate line if you go to KiwiCo.com and use the promo code Chaos. So use that promo code Chaos and you are going to get 50% off your first month plus free shipping. That's KiwiCo, KIWICO.com, promo code chaos. One more time, KIWICO.com, promo code chaos, 50% off your first month. What about Pimp? Let's talk about the Travis Scott concert thing. That's a big thing in the news. Horrible, horrible thing.
So I was in Houston at
you were in
Houston Fest.
Okay, so what happened? So did any rumblings of it?
Well, there was just, a ton of people walking around with nowhere to go because it was canceled after Friday. What the fuck happened?
What happened, Pimp? Because Pimp's our resident hip-hop guy. Pimp's a black guy in the closet.
So pretty much the fans rushed the stage really in a rough way, where all the kids in the front started falling, and then they got trampled to death.
But Pimp, why did they rush the stage? Is it something they do a lot in rap concerts?
I've worked a lot of rap shows, and it's like every show there's at least 50 kids passed out. They look dead, but they're just passed out, and they rip them from the other side. This happens all the time.
So then what went wrong this time?
It's just the 1 in a million nightmare.
And
then the other issue is some guy started stabbing everyone in the neck with a heroin needle. And then
yes, I heard about that.
What was that?
Yes, so they stabbed one of his security guards, and he had to get revived with the Narcan, which we're going to do, by the way. We're going to do Narcan at the Chris and Eddie Show. Patreon.com/Christy Comedy for the Chris and Eddie Show, which we now have for the $5 members and up. We will do Zarcan if we can get our hands on it.
Zarcan and Whippets for the boys.
I need to understand something.
Yeah.
Why would someone randomly put heroin into people's necks?
Because people are sick and demented. It's
so sad.
It's the same reason why people would put razor blades and
take it.
Little children's candy.
Can't take it.
But now, is there going to be legal action against? Because if they're saying Travis Scott said rush the stage, then he's liable. But he didn't say that, right?
He didn't. But also there's some footage that's tough where he's making eye contact with a dead kid's body as it's getting lifted out. And
he was still singing and stuff.
But in fairness to him, I'm not defending him, but I'm saying if you said this happens a lot, then he probably thought it was someone who had a drug overdose, right?
That's why I'm kind of in the middle, because I'm in the front of these shows all the time and all the kids look dead.
Is he wearing black gloves because of COVID?
I don't know why.
Oh my God.
But yeah,
look at this. Oh my God. So that child is dead.
I can't watch that. I can't. That's
horrible.
So upsetting to watch that.
So that kid is dead from heroin or from being trampled?
Well, that's what they're trying to figure out now, because a lot of footage came out of the kids not even being in a crowded area, but being on the floor convulsing. So this might be a new terrorist attack thing. I don't know.
Right, because we've already spoken about how the drug that kills everybody that killed fentanyl is in everything. So if you're out there doing cocaine or any type of drug, do what you want to do, but understand that the fentanyl is humongous on the rise.
Well,
so fentanyl's coming out and now heroin.
You can test drugs. There's fentanyl strips. There's strips you can.
Okay, so if you're
going to do drugs, test it. I'm not kidding.
Test
I know that
it.
sounds
strips. What are they?
No, I'm not kidding.
Yeah, but honestly,
explain what they are so people know.
I don't know.
As a parent, that's the advice I'd give to my own kids, because I'm not going to stop them from taking drugs. If they're going to do it, they're going to fucking do it.
So
at least test it.
Right.
Test it with the fentanyl strips. Let's get people fentanyl strips.
Where can you get them?
I'm serious. There's comics who use those
Safeway? Where can you get them?
Yeah, wherever you can get a fentanyl strip,
but you can get them.
If you can get them on Amazon, doctors should be giving out fentanyl strips.
Yep.
Yes.
Listen,
okay.
If you join Chrissy's Patreon, we're going to give you some fucking fentanyl strips.
Fentanyl strips. So look at that.
This is New York's website.
Wow.
You can get them. Okay. There's a lot of places you can get them.
So go out there, honestly, being serious, go get fentanyl.
I know a ton of comics who went on a big drug thing. I know this is horrible, but in LA, they all went camping and there were a lot, and they brought them. They all brought the strips, and they tested shit before they took stuff.
A few months ago, remember a comedian passed away, and another comedian almost lost her life.
So it's very scary.
Now here's this woman, 30-year-old woman who had, sorry to shift, but 30-year-old woman had sex with 20 ghosts, is now engaged to a spirit. Is that gay?
Honestly, there's also women that are marrying themselves. I don't know which is dumber.
I can't.
You heard about this?
Marry yourself.
There's a new trend of broads that are just getting married to themselves, and then they're inviting their friends and family.
You know what? I almost just started crying. That is the most upsetting thing I've ever heard.
To marry yourself, yeah.
I can't take it.
I can't take that kind of self-help when they're like, send yourself flowers. There is nothing sadder than me walking home and being like, I wonder who these are from.
Self-solemnization, also known as a self-uniting marriage, is one in which the couple are are married without the presence of a third-party officiant, the couple can essentially perform the legal solemnization of their own marriage, which will be recognized as a legal marriage throughout all of the United States. So you're saying that if we do that, it doesn't matter if there's a third party, like you're legally married? So, like, in other words, Vinny could just hold me up, put a gun to my head, and self-solomonize me, and then I'm married.
Self-solomonize.
If I get a fucking invitation to somebody marrying themselves, if I get some shit in the mail with 3 parts in it and something some pre-stamped thing, can you imagine? Shauna's going to marry Shauna on this beautiful, magical day.
But
fuck off.
Wait. This, first of all, this woman had sex with 20 ghosts.
Yes, 20 ghosts, which is like... You know,
so she's a ghost whore. She's a gore.
She should do a ghost tour. She's a gore.
Fucking gore.
So the ghost like ran a train on her.
Is she sore?
Yeah, and actually, look, I think it gave our computer a virus. Now it says your connection is not private. Classic. Yeah, no, I don't know, man. There's a lot of people that say they have sex with ghosts. Now, is that cheating?
Speaking of hashtags, can we get ghost ran a train on me going, please?
Do you guys believe in ghosts?
Oh, yeah. What do you
I do, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Ever had a ghostly encounter, truthfully?
Yes.
What is it?
Yeah.
What is it, Jess? Go.
It wasn't a ghost. I was, now I'll get fucking emails about this or messages. I really don't care. When I was 9 years old, I was lifted off my bed. And I was up to the ceiling. There's many accounts of this if you actually look it up on the internet.
And you were to the ceiling?
I looked down and saw myself.
Wow.
And I never remember coming back down. And then I ran to my parents' room screaming on the top of my lungs.
And it wasn't a dream or an
no,
or
it
an
happened.
Uncle or
this happened to me. I mean,
wow.
I don't care if anyone doesn't believe it or anything.
And you are positive. It was vivid.
I'm 100%. It's the only thing I'm positive of. I mean, meaning like I know it. I don't care if anyone else.
So you lifted up out of your body not in a sleep.
My spirit lifted up.
Okay, and it still hasn't come back to your body. You're saying?
No, it did.
Oh, it did.
I remember being up there at the ceiling. I looked down, waved my arm. I saw myself.
Right.
So I guess I came out of myself and then saw my body down, and then I never remember coming back down.
You just woke up.
I woke up like this, freaked the fuck out, ran to my parents' room. My mom calmed me down, and
she didn't yell at you for that. She believed you.
No, she really didn't yell. I was having a nervous breakdown, literally.
Right.
Oh my God.
And then she calmed me, and then I always knew from that moment that I was supposed to do something in my life. Like it's a feeling I can't explain. Not be famous or make money, but to make a difference in the world.
Right.
Like, that I was, there's some reason I'm here.
Right.
Not,
so that
again,
changed
not to be
you
famous.
everything.
It changed me from that day on.
How old were you?
Wow.
9.
Did you feel gay before that?
Good question.
If I was there, I would have.
Did I feel what?
Did you know you were gay before that or after that?
No, I didn't know until I didn't really know I was gay until my late 20s. I was a tomboy at the time, but
Were you asking that because you thought like that the ghost was gonna like turn her les or something?
I wasn't sure if
it wasn't a gay thing.
Out,
it was more of a feeling of doing service in the world. I'm supposed to. Maybe it was to make people laugh. Or
Did you have?
No. But I'm very connected to a higher power. I feel very like psychic in certain ways. Not that I can predict the future, not like that, but just that I sense things.
Jessica is a very, very warm, very connected person.
I sense
if you're
things.
a little off or something's going on with me, she always knows she's like a deeply loving, lovely person. And that's why I fall asleep inside her every night.
Me too.
What were you going to say?
No, I remember you when I first started doing comedy. One of the first professional comedians I ever met was Jessica, because she was teaching a class for Gotham Comedy Club. And I remember taking the class, and I remember doing your class and thinking like, I don't want to do comedy. I should quit. I remember. But then I remember meeting Jessica and just feeling like, this woman, I remember feeling some type of spiritual connection to her. Be like, this woman is here, so I keep doing comedy.
And a lot of people have said that.
There's no way I can ever prove that. There's no way I ever will be able to prove that. But I just remember where I was when we were going up to that.
I know exactly where we were.
on off 8th Avenue. And I remember being like, oh, this woman, I connected with you right away. And I was like, you should keep doing comedy because she's telling you, like, this is like a marker for you to be like, just keep going.
Yep. I know exactly that moment. And a lot of people have said that from working with me or just having interactions with me about doing stand-up.
Yes.
And I remember when I met you, I remember exactly what I said to you. I said, you're a star. And do you remember me saying that to you?
Yeah.
I said, you're going to be huge in this business. I knew from the second I met him. The second I met him.
You were funny in the way, this very pure way. Like, it reminds me of my childhood, just the way, the silly and hysterical.
I knew the minute I met you, I knew the minute I saw you, it wasn't even on stage. I just, from working with you one day, I knew that he was going to be fucking huge. And I saw it in you immediately. And I usually can see it. Like, I know in Rachel that she's a star. I just know with certain people, it's very rare. It's not a common thing at all.
No.
As you know, you both know.
That's why I love working with Jess, because there's
very few people.
There's very few people in the world that make me laugh in the way that I laughed in high school. Like the way, just like with my friends, that pure way before the business, before any aspect of this, just that pure, just deeply foolish, but also she's like brilliantly hilarious. And that's why, like, whenever I do anything with her, I feel like I'm coming back to all those things in my life now. She's like a deeply loving, deeply grounding person, married to a real person like I am. Like, she's got one foot in just the regular world. I almost feel like
Jessica's a person, she would never judge you for anything. Like, whatever it is, she just won't judge you, which
unless
is so rare.
Person.
Yeah, but I mean, like, good people. You know what I mean? Like the people that suck, but like, you know, and
well, you've been through a lot. She's been through so much, and you're a deeply accepting, lovely person. Yeah. What'd you say?
She levitated out of her fucking body when she was 9.
Which a lot of people would think it's crazy. I mean, I'm telling you, I know. And then, by the way, Chris, I looked into it after, of course, I'm talking 40 years ago, I looked into it because I was like, this is nuts. Did this happen? There are so many stories of the exact same thing happening to so many people. I read it in books. Literally the same story of being lifted up, seeing yourself, never remember coming down.
Now, you've been to a bunch of like shitty hotels across the country. Never anything else creepy at all after that?
No, but I have had moments of feeling spirits and you know, different things, but nothing really extreme.
Have you ever trimmed your balls and it turned to a Freddy Krueger film? I mean, literally, it's Halloween time. You know, we're just a couple of days past Halloween. There's a bunch. There's still a fright in the air. And if you're looking down at your cock and balls and you're seeing that fright, then it's time to turn to Manscaped. Okay, listen. There was one time where I remember I shaved my balls. I was shaving my balls, and I nicked an artery, and I sprayed blood all over my sink, and it was gross. And my balls looked like they just fought in Vietnam. Well, no more, folks, because Manscaped is going to make sure that you don't nick your nuts anymore. Okay, it gives me the confidence that I want to just pull my cock out at the right time. I just wait for a surprise, just pull it out, and look at my freshly shaved pubes. I use the Lawnmower 4.0. It's the best. I mean, it literally just trims all the edges of my pubes. The Personal Performance Package, which includes the Weed Whacker, which is fantastic. The Weed Whacker is the best. It's a total game changer. The Weed Whacker, I just love it. I just mow. I literally cannot. I let my pubes grow extra long now just so I can use Manscaped. I'm even using their shampoo and conditioner and their body soap. It's fantastic. Not enough people talk about the Manscaped shampoo and conditioner and body soap. I love the way it smells, and it's awesome. Now, you can go to their website and find out what product works for you. If you go to manscaped.com and put in the promo code CHAOS, you're going to get 20% off plus free shipping, okay? That's manscaped.com/chaos, 20% off plus free shipping at manscaped.com/chaos. Say trick or treat to your beautiful new Halloweeny. I love speaking different languages. I love that I've been using Babbel lately, and my whole family's been speaking in Spanish, and guess what? They don't know that I know. I understand exactly what they're saying, and Vinny is planning to move out and take my children away from me. And I gathered that from her talking to Abuelita in Spanish. So thank you, Babbel. You helped me prevent my family leaving me. Thanks so much. Babbel teaches bite-sized languages for real-world use. They got 15-minute lessons. I love these lessons. You don't have to. It's not daunting. It's 15 minutes. You can do anything for 15 minutes. I take shits longer than 15 minutes because I've been eating more fiber. And Babbel uses learning apps. They use artificial intelligence for their lesson plans, but other language apps use artificial intelligence for the lesson plans, which is fine, but like I want a human experience, and that's what Babbel does. Babbel's was created by over 100 language experts. So they created by actual people. It's not robots here. This is language experts. So that's the best way to do it. They got 14 different languages for you to choose from: Spanish, French, Italian, German, etc. They use speech recognition technology, helps you really improve the accent. And it comes with a 20-day money-back guarantee. Now, right now, if you go to Babbel.com, Babbel.com, and use the code CHAOS, you're going to get 3 additional months on a 3-month purchase. So just buy 3 months at Babbel.com, put in that promo code CHAOS, you get an extra 3 months. So that's 6 months, learn a language, 15-minute lessons. I'm doing it. You should do it too. And then start tweeting me in other languages. Rachel, you have a really. I remember that story once telling us at the Comedy Cellar, and it was like what the person like with the lock. Remember?
Oh yeah, I was on the road in Vegas. That was one of the darkest nights of my. I mean, that's the other thing too with these comics when you find these friendships like this, like making this prank album with Jessica and stuff, because we both know a certain loneliness of the road of just years of being in the most despicable places. Like just the fact that you can be like, yeah, you're at that fucking Hojo's in fucking Des Moines. And
Hojo's. Oh, I'm at the Ramada.
Yes, and you're like, oh my God, be careful of the rats or whatever it is. Like that tip for the green room.
When I stayed at a comedy condo once, there was a tooth in the sink.
Oh my God.
At Side Splitters in Tampa. There was a human tooth in the sink.
I would die if I saw a tooth.
And it looked like a cartoon tooth. Like it had the root and everything like that.
Oh my God. Graphic.
But this story with the hotel, I remember you. Do you know which one I'm talking about?
Yes, I was in Vegas.
So scary.
And I had just been on the road a lot. That was like right after Last Comic Standing, so I was on the road the whole year. So I was just like wildly depressed. I was just rocking with depression because I was never home. And I don't get laid like the guys do on the road. It's not like I'm hooking up. It's actively dangerous when you're a woman.
Sure,
you're
of
just
course.
sitting there writhing in your own pain in bed, so profoundly, potently alone.
Yeah.
So I had hurled my dumb body to Vegas, and I was just like, when you read the email as you're landing, you're like, where the fuck am I going? Who's picking me up? Tamara. All right, fine. I got to fucking meet Tamara by a thing. And so she takes me back to the hotel at fucking Harrah's, and I go there, and they're like, "You're in the 3rd Princess Tower." I'm like, "Good place to hang myself. Sounds good." So,
Do it.
Perfect place to die. I'll meet you over there. So they're like, "You're in the fucking 3rd Princess Tower." They get my stupid key. I go up. When you're just wildly tired, like I'm curled my butt, and I'm just trying to get in that. I want to get in that room so fucking bad so I can spray my stuff and dive on the bed. Can't open the stupid door. And I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. I gotta go back down to the fucking Harrah's front desk. Again, just kill me. Really, really tired. Tight scarf around my neck and end this sea of pain. Yeah. And so I go back down and I'm like, can I have another key? Whatever. Doesn't work. And they're like, we're gonna send a guy up. So they send some guy up and I'm sitting there like sleeping on my suitcase as he's trying to fix the door. And he has to put a whole new thing on it because it's dead, the key thing. So as he's doing it, he starts chatting with me. He's like, so what's your life like? I'm like, oh, I'm on the road a lot. It's hard, whatever. Just having polite conversation. We kind of bond. He's like, oh, do you go on the road a lot? I'm like, yeah, it's kind of lonely, but you do what you do. I love doing what I do. It's whatever fucking conversation. Yeah, I love making people laugh. He leaves that night. My boyfriend at the time ends up flying out to see me. He arrives later that night. I'm in bed next to him. Somebody fucking opens the door. 2 in the fucking morning. Okay. I never lock that top lock. I'm so lazy and oblivious like that. But my boyfriend did. And he's trying to jam it open 2 in the fucking morning. I go over there. I'm like, what the fuck? What's happening? I wake up out of a dead sleep. And all of a sudden my boyfriend, he jumps up. He goes to try to open the door. He's like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? It was that fucking guy who was coming into my room. I called downstairs. I'm like, some guy just came in my room. It's 2 in the morning. Yeah. And What did he do? They tried to claim that he had another call close to my room. I'm like, no, he didn't. I want to see what the fucking thing was. Yeah. I bothered them so much. I'm like, I want to see the registry of calls. The log or whatever. They were like, okay, finally I got this woman to say to me, I'm like, level with me, please. This is a safety thing. I don't want this to happen to somebody else. Yeah. And she's like, there was no call in the fucking 3rd Princess Tower. So guess what call it was? He was coming there to fucking assault me.
I know.
And your boyfriend came. You never told me
that. Yes, that was like my...
No, I remember you telling that story vividly, sitting outside at the Comedy Cellar table. Yes. And then I remember it was me, Bobby Kelly, you, and I think maybe it was Sherrod Smalls, aka Sherrod Small. And I remember from that moment on, like that, hearing that story, I always locked the top lock. Like today in my last weekend in my hotel that was at Salt Lake City, they didn't have the top lock, and I think of your story immediately. I'm like, well, like whatever, I'll lock it. And it's crazy because I'm like a guy, so it's like it's not. It doesn't matter. But I remember you telling that story, and all of us, even Bobby, and you know, Bobby Kelly is like always has a joke for everything. And he was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." And then like 5 minutes later, 5 minutes went by, and you made fun of his weight or something like that. And he was like, "I wish that guy would have got into your room." And I remember it just being like so funny, and like this whole thing, but I remember that story always like locking, and I tell even Jasmine when she's went on the road a couple of times, you know, with her friends or whatever, I'm like, lock that top fucking lock.
Yeah, because I don't even care if suppose it was somebody that called. Would you walk into someone's room at 2 in the morning?
2 o'clock in the morning, knock,
you would fucking knock. So
he
you were there for one reason only, because you heard I was alone and you were coming there to do harm to me, to assault me. Yeah, there's nothing else that could possibly be occurring. And by the way, the entire weekend I talked about it to the staff, to the people at the club. Everybody just acted like I was nuts.
Why? So they didn't fire him?
No, and I begged them. I made a report. I hope they did eventually. I made a report at the desk, like before I left. I was like, please take this seriously. Please write this up, something.
Because he's going to do it again. He might have done it again.
So horrible.
I was begging them to listen to me, but you just get treated like if you have even the smallest complaint, like, I'm sorry, but a lot of times we're on the road. Crazy bitch. No, it's a safety thing.
Nowadays on social media, you would have tweeted that out. It would have got retweeted by everybody. Whatever, that guy would have got fired. There's no way. Right. You know?
So crazy.
It was a very scary situation.
I remember that story. I remember that being
that's so
crazy.
Upsetting.
Yeah. Because it's
Rachel, oh my God.
I know. But see, me as a man, I always like hear those stories, and I always think like it even scares me, but then I like remember like I don't have to deal with the fear that like women do, because like I get scared. Like I'll watch serial killer document. Like one time I was getting my hair cut and I was watching the Ted Bundy documentary, and my barber, I was like Ted Bundy. I was like, I know he's dead, but I just feel like he's still out there, and it scares me. I'm like scared to even walk home at night. He's like, Chris, if Ted Bundy ever came up to my fucking door, he's like, I'd throw him out the fucking window. He's like, and you could too. And I'm like, oh yeah, I always forget. Like, I'm a man. Like, I could physically do something to someone, but my mind is female, because my mind is female, but my body's male.
Right.
You know?
Well, it's also the anxiety.
The anxiety, because I'm like, if that happened to me, I would fucking, you know.
Yeah. Also, if someone has a weapon, I mean, you don't know.
Also, more people want to kill women, so you're probably going to be fine. Ted Bundy would have wanted to kill you.
There's also the fact, let's talk about the fact that, number one, people have weapons. Number two, they might not want to rape you or assault you, but they'd want to rob you,
kill me.
Even if you're a man, you could be robbed.
You could be robbed, killed,
and now you're a celebrity. You're a public. You're in the public eye. So of course, someone would want to.
Someone would do that.
Of course.
Yeah.
You have to be careful.
Your men
well, no, that's why. Like when the alarm went off here 2 weeks ago, that was Jasmine's first thing. She was like, "Does somebody know that we live here?" She was like, "They want to rob." She was like,
"That would be my first thing."
She thought so quick, because like I was free. I didn't know. I literally grabbed my stepson's karate board that he broke in half, and like like that you win for like getting a fucking orange belt.
You grabbed an envelope.
Yeah, I had that. Yeah. I grabbed the baby by the legs as a weapon, and I was like, but Jazz, she was so calm under pressure, and she was like, her first mind, she was like, someone's in the house because maybe they found out who you were and they want to rob you. She was like, so let's all huddle into the same room, and she was like, we had 911 was on the phone. It's like, anyone breaks down this door, we just fight into the death.
What was it?
It was a bird hit the window.
Birds hit our windows all the time
and knock the alarms off.
That happens to us all the time, that birds hit the window.
Yeah.
And also, Homeless Pimp just pointed out that more men are killed than women. And I will take a big swing with no information. I love to just announce something. I'm like, women are the highest level of something, not a gram of information.
I don't blame you. I mean, I'm stuck on the fact, I never thought of, I'm only with male comics on the road, to be a female comic alone on the road.
It's very scary.
They will announce where we stay. They'll go on. I remember I was staying someplace once, and they're like, and all our guests stay at this hotel. The guy fucking came to my room. came to my room. Was just and Kelly Price, this other female comic, was staying with me. And thank God she saw him. She just went outside and screamed at him. She's like, "Get the fuck out of here!" He was just sniffing around my door.
Yeah, I've had people come to my hotel too.
Yeah,
it's very scary. They do tell. Sometimes they tell people where we're staying.
So my uncle, I told this story in another podcast. My uncle, he passed away. Somebody robbed my mother when I was a little kid, like a child. Somebody robbed her, like pushed her down the floor, beat her, robbed her bag, like bad, right? I was a child. I don't remember any of this. But there was some type of thievery ring going out on the local bodega on one of the corners that my uncle used to go and drink beers at. He was like, he used to, at one point in his life, he was drinking a lot, but then he got completely sober. But he fucking went, found out who this guy was who had been talking about, I just robbed this lady, blah, 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 blah. So he's like, oh shit, like, whatever, like make him believe he's his friend. Took him to our garage, they got liquored up, took him to our garage, held him hostage in our garage. I had no idea until I was older, for 2 days, and burned his kneecaps off with a blowtorch. Burned the skin off his kneecaps.
I would do that
off
too,
a blowtorch.
Did that
and I was like, holy shit.
I would do
I was
that.
like, if that was prison, if prison wasn't, if that was the type of thing that happened to you, if that guy did that to Rachel, right, and then gets his fucking kneecaps burnt off with a blowtorch, I don't think he'd ever do it again.
No, of course not.
I don't think
and
he'd
if
ever.
someone did that to my sister, I'd take him to a garage and do that to them too.
Like I read a study.
Sick.
I read a study once that there was less, even though nobody wants to live that way, and we're way better off as we are now. But there was less crime, less crime during medieval times. Yeah. Because if you fucking did something, they would behead you or cut your hands off. Now you don't want to live like that, but if it's just if you're talking about less crime,
now you could do shit and get out an hour later.
There's no incentive for the police to arrest anyone, at least in this city, because they will be out in 48 hours.
I totally agree. When I see that shit, I'm like, you've got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
You have got to be kidding me that person is out right now.
Yeah.
I actually am not.
Especially with violent crimes. Yeah. It's what, like, I don't care if you're fucking dealing something like drugs or something.
That's why I like living on Staten Island, because you can still get hit in the head with a baseball bat out here. Like that, you go old school,
Yeah.
My husband is not
old school with that stuff too.
Me too. Me too. Well, we have children. Once you have children, once you that's the thing. Some of our peers who I know, we talk to, we love so much, they don't have kids, so their whole outlook on the world and life is totally different than ours.
Yeah.
But now the definition of being liberal has. Now it's like you have to be so far left. I am liberal. I do vote Democrat, but I'm not crazy all the way to the left. I don't want to defund our police, and I don't want. I think there need to be rules. But now for us saying that, now we're Trump-loving Republicans.
I'm
just
the
because
same
I support
way.
the police.
I'm exactly like you.
Because I don't want. Because I want my kids to be safe. But if you don't have kids and you fucking live with your roommates and you commiserate, I get it. Then
I'm
why
the
would
same
you
way,
give a shit?
But you know what? Most people understand that. There's your extreme crazy liberals that are going to call me God knows what because I feel that way. But when you actually go out to crowds around the country, most people feel like that.
No,
most people and any race, religion, culture, creed, it's all the same. But that's the scary part, is such a small percentage of people are making such a large percentage of people have to bend at the whim. Like literally cities defunded their police because of such a small contingency of people. So
I'm
it
very
gets
surprised
nervous
by it, actually.
It may nerve-wracking, but
although I've always wanted a husband to be protective over me, and I always say this to Jessica, but my husband, I would have to be missing for like 3 weeks before he would start looking for me. A solid 3
Your husband's the nicest, friendliest guy.
Weeks.
He doesn't think anything. He doesn't see like the sin, like how nasty the world can be. It's just like happy-go-lucky.
It's rare though. It's weird.
He's like, no, she went out for 3 weeks. I'm like, no, she's hanging from a fucking ceiling fan at the Ramada.
But it's interesting because you're like we are, like Jewish people. I mean, if Danielle, if anyone was missing for like 2 hours, I'd be like, oh my God, they're dead. They're in
no.
the
If
sewer.
she doesn't, if Jasmine doesn't text me,
like,
but I swear to God, this weekend in Salt Lake City, she came to my shows. I went into the bathroom to pee, went on stage. She wasn't in the green room. I scanned the crowd quickly as I was walking out, didn't see her. Panicked for 55 minutes. I was on stage. Every second of that show, I thought that somebody had kidnapped her from the green room in the 30 seconds I went to pee. But the reality is what happened is when I went into pee, the waitress asked her, do you want to sit in the crowd? We'll get you a seat in the back. And she was sitting all the way in the back of the room that I couldn't see. And because in the 5 seconds of me scanning 300 plus people, I didn't find one person, I carried anxiety to the stage. And for an hour, literally, my brain convinced me that I was going to get off stage to police officers being like, we found the body of the mother of your children on the fucking Rocky Mountains. Like, but my brain.
But I wish that a guy would ever feel like that about me. My husband, he would feel like that if one of his bags from Costco was missing. Like, he would get to the bottom of, he would start a nationwide fucking search if a long roll of paper towels was missing. But I could go on a fucking long trip of getting brutally assaulted. And he'd be like, after a few solid weeks, he'd be like, where's Rach?
That's true.
Doesn't
what
fucking
happened?
care.
Yeah, because he would take care of the baby, would do everything.
I know.
Yeah, I know. No,
it's not protective. I could be like, I'm going to spend the night at these guys' houses today, like, and he would be like, oh, they so fun.
Like,
Don't
worry, have
me.
fun.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Have fun. Yeah, I got a new tip on crypto. Eric Adams, our new mayor of New York City, says cryptocurrency should be taught in schools. I kind of agree with that. Yes. I think cryptocurrencies, whether you like it or not, whether you think it's stupid or not, whether you understand it or not, it does feel like it's taking over the wealth in the world.
Well,
so
learn
about it.
I was in Salt Lake City this weekend, and there was a huge conference with kids.
I was in Salt Lake City this weekend.
I mean, not Salt Lake. Jesus Christ!
I was like, holy
I didn't know where I am all the time.
I
was in Houston, and there was a huge conference with teens and young adults, hundreds of them.
Yeah,
learning about it.
Well, you should because I kind of feel like, again, like it's the same thing that happened in entertainment. Like, either you understand the power of the internet and just have to adapt to it, or you don't. I mean, every sport.
That's how we got a house. We got a house because of crypto.
Because of crypto.
I mean, talk to me about it for 5 minutes.
Firefighter's wife thing to say.
I know. On account of Bitcoin, we got a house on account of Bit. On account of that. On account of. But I mean, he has talked to me about it. You cannot jam the information in my head. It bores me on such a profound level.
Right.
And every night he's like, babe, but Ethereum's doing fucking well. I'm like, oh my God. And then he's got graphs up. It's so boring. Are you into it?
Yeah, I'm not into it, but Rachel's husband.
Right at the moment, Ethereum's fucking peaking. He's like, nice bull run with Ethereum. Yeah, just explode.
God.
No, she got me into it, and I got myself a Bitcoin. We got really heavy into it, last February, maybe?
Whatever, 8 months ago.
But now, because it feels like it is from the devil, because it becomes so consuming, and you watch the numbers go up and down so much, that I made a decision. I said, I put a certain amount of money into it, and I'm just going to leave it there. I deleted I have the Coinbase app. I deleted the app. You know, people will send me messages still because we went crazy. I was like, I'm Chrissy Crypto. They made a video of me like put my face on Super Mario Brother, like getting coins, like beep, beep, beep. Bitcoin. So like some of the fans will still message me about stuff, but the truth is I've made a point to not even look at it because I do feel there's a negative, sinister energy attached to that and Disney World. Those two places, I'm like, there's something that is not good about both these things. And I kind of, but listen, I have crypto. I'll take my kids to Disney, but I'm not as obsessed with it as I was. I can't explain.
I like that you're like, it's intrinsically evil, and that's why we should teach it in kindergarten.
Yeah. That's why I voted for Eric Adams.
So when do you look at it again? Like, when do you look at it?
I'll look at it again. My plan was for my oldest daughter, because when I got the crypto, we hadn't even had my youngest daughter yet. I don't even think Jasmine was pregnant with her yet. Because I was like, oh, this is for my daughter, my 6-year-old, for when she's 18. Whatever money has accrued here, I'll give to her. This is like almost like a alternative college fund. I have a college fund for her, but this is a second one.
Right.
So that's what I thought. I'll use that. But I figured the money that I put into it, I was comfortable with. Even if it went down to zero, I would be okay with it.
Right.
So that's what I think you have to do. Is it wasn't money that I necessarily needed, but it was money that I could. Now, if it got to a point where I needed that money, I would just get it out of it.
Right.
But the plan is to keep it there for another 12 years, and then whatever that number is, just give to her. Yeah, and I'm not going to put any more into it because it's so volatile. It's so
volatile.
Like you literally look at it, and it can lose half its worth in an hour. So I realized how bad that was for me. I couldn't look at it, and I couldn't do that, and Pornhub, and you
had to make some tough choices.
Al Jazeera now. I want to be the first comic to have a special on Al Jazeera. Imagine, hey, I'm doing a special on Al Jazeera. Can I do your podcast?
My special is called
Clip it. So you have a prank show?
No, we made a prank album during COVID where Rachel and I, from our homes, pranked a bunch of businesses because we both do so many voices and characters.
Right.
And we both were going through a hard time. You know, of course, COVID was so depressing, and we were having a hard time being creative. We weren't performing a lot. My dad had passed away, unfortunately.
Right. Sorry.
Not from COVID, but from cancer. And Rachel, you know,
I was pregnant, and then, you know, Pete's a fireman in the beginning of COVID when everything was really jacked up and weird. And I was just kind of rocking with depression in a window and a nightgown, and I was not okay. I was humming with madness. And I was like, we got to do something.
Yeah.
And
we
had so much fun.
Serpico, who's my manager.
Who bakes bread.
Yeah.
Yeah, who's also bakes bread. It was, by the way, Jim Serpico, best comedy, one of the best, one of the first real people I ever met in comedy. Gave me a chance in the beginning when nobody else would. When he used to work for Apostle, is a producer, a fantastic comedy manager, and also now bakes unbelievable bread.
Yes.
Like you can't imagine this guy's
Side
bread.
Hustles, the name.
Side Hustle.
Go on
also
Instagram.
has the name of a firefighter. Jim Serpico is a fucking statin approved name.
You can go on Instagram. It's Side Hustle is the name of his company, and also so his company is called Milestone and Virtual Comedy Network, and they produced our album. And
Jim's the Virtual Comedy
Network. Yeah, so Jim's company is
everywhere.
Virtual Comedy Network, and he produced our album and
Call Girls. It's called Call Girls,
and he
Great
did it
name.
from home and produced the whole thing, and we made this album and we pranked businesses and did all these different calls. You can get it anywhere, iTunes and Pandora.
between that,
right now.
It's out. It's out right
Call
now.
Girls is out right now everywhere. We forgot to ask anybody to post about it. We kept meaning to tell our friends to post.
We still have to do that. We're so like ADHD.
Well, go get Call Girls
It's on Spotify, everywhere. We called a massage parlor as two old ladies asking for a social distance massage. Jessica was cracking me up to a point I couldn't handle
I'm like,
it.
can we get a socially distanced massage? And they're like, what do you mean? They have to touch you. I'm like, does anyone there have very long arms? Can you find?
I'm like, couldn't they do it virtually? And Jessica's like, I would just say, you know, maybe he could tell me rub here, and then I would finger there or whatever, because I don't want to risk it with the COVID-24. You got to be careful with this COVID-76.
It's amazing. Called the sex shop. As two millennials.
Oh my God, like, do you have any sex toys that are like really like amazing? Like we were,
it's
my boyfriend says like I'd be really empowered if he got fucked with like a Ruth beater doll, and he says that something empowerment, strong women rock.
Strong women rock.
Yeah.
We had so much fun. Jessica called. We would call her. She had the fucking funniest idea to call hotels and pretend we left the most ludicrous things there. The list was getting so long, Chrissy.
We were on for 20 minutes with the hotel.
Jessica was like
2 calls out of it.
Yeah, she's like, I left it. There was a fanny pack. It was a jeweled fanny pack with some fish in it. There was some sturgeon. These people will fucking check for it. They checked for and they go, there was no sturgeon or fanny pack in the lobby. And Jessica goes, well, do you think they would have served it? And they're like, do they have it on the menu? And they go, we do. We actually had somebody check and say, we do have fish, yes, is on the menu, but we would not have served your fucking rancid sturgeon in a fanny pack. And Jessica goes, well, I would have served it. I would have served it.
I love that because nothing makes me laugh harder than the Jerky Boys, when the old Jerky Boys used to do their stuff. So like this is in that vein of like just listening to people, because I love the jokes on the real person, you know what I mean? Because their reactions probably were hilarious too. Like how some of them probably just didn't give a shit at all.
No. Yeah. And they're all improv, which is great. And also, you know, they'll stay on the phone with certain characters.
Right.
So they'll always stay on with children. I mean, I did it the kids a lot, and she did the mother, and then we would, you know, they'll stay on with old people. Like they're, you know, and then you call fancy hotel, they'll always stay on with you. So you have to, it's specific. You know, you have to.
And we're making another one now. We called this like Christian bookstore complaining about our gay kid, and Jessica was the gay kid in the background. It was fucking dying.
Seriously, I just want to put on dresses. Like it was, and the woman really stayed on the phone with us.
Coached
I can't wait you guys get sued for that one.
She fucking coached me through how to de-gay Jessica. Like she was giving me tips. I was like, and then she breaks into my drawer. She puts all my clothing on, and I'm just so scared. I'm so scared. And now I put locks on all my drawers so she can't wear my clothes. But now I can't get dressed. And I go, do you think it could be maybe SpongeBob or Sex in the City? We actually got a lady to be like, I don't think it's SpongeBob, but it could be Sex in the City. It might be Sex in the City.
He.
Oh, yes, he. You're right. He.
Yeah.
I was like,
and I was like, yeah, we think maybe it's because we serve him hot dogs every week, and he just eats them whole. He doesn't even take bites.
And she's like, I don't think that could be it. I don't think it's the hot. I mean, these people literally will have these conversations.
And then did you have to like eventually let them know like, hey, you're on a prank call?
Yeah, of course.
You
and
have
then
to legally,
sometimes
right?
you get an okay, and a lot of times we didn't, which is so frustrating.
So you had to like literally like you couldn't
of course you can't do a ton of calls because they
Jessica as the little kid for a second, please just see the little kid in the background because I'd be calling trying to like man up my son and Jessica would be in the background.
What when I would
remember when I called the gymnastics like class and I was like, wanted to do something real tough, like tumbling, something like that.
I don't want to do tumbling. I don't want to.
Oh my God.
I just want to twirl. That's all I want to do is twirl around.
I'm like, can you teach him riflery? Do you got patriotic riflery?
I don't want to shoot guns. I just want to. I don't care. I just want to play with ribbons.
Oh, that's enough, Tank. She was my son, Tank, that I was trying to toughen up.
Amazing. I love it. Dude, call girls. Go get call girls. It's fun. It's classic. What else? Any stand-up dates coming up?
Yeah, if you go to jessicakirson.com, it's Kirson. I have a bunch of dates coming up, so you can check out my schedule.
Rachel-Feinstein.com. You can go and look at my road schedule too. And Jessica and I together will be at the DC Improv on December 2nd. Call girls.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, and we have other dates that are going to be coming up together. We're doing some stuff together on stage, which is awesome.
Beautiful. All right, ladies.
Call
Pip, you
girls.
got anything else?
No, I'm good.
All right, honey. ChristyComedy.com. All my dates. Thank you guys so much for supporting Chrissy Chaos. Patreon.com/ChristyComedy. We just put out the third TT Jerry's bucket list, right?
Yeah, that's out. And anyone who can help TT get a car.
Oh, yeah. If anyone can help TT Jerry get a car, please email the show, ChristyChaosPodcast@gmail.com. And the one that we just put on the Patreon is, I think, the most heartfelt episode. You really get to meet and know TT and see she experienced so many first-time things on this episode. It was just, I don't know. You'll probably cry, to be honest with you.
I love TT so much.
Yes, she's the best TT. She would have been here, but she watched our kids all weekend because Jasmine came with us to Salt Lake City. So she's exhausted, she said, and she has a cold.
Also, I'm taking TT to the MoMA this week if you want to go.
Oh yeah, TT and Pimp.
That's awesome.
Yeah, TT and Pimp keep saying that they're not in a relationship together, but you don't take just somebody to the MoMA. It's Pimp's girlfriend, and that's why he's not responding to anyone. So the TT and Pimp together. Patreon.com/Christy Comedy for TT Jerry's bucket list. The third episode was amazing. Call girls, go get it. Spotify, iTunes, everywhere. Jessica Kirson, Rachel Feinstein. Thank you, ladies, so much.
Love you, Chris.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Shalom.
Bye.